While lying around and eating snacks, Takemichi hears on the news that conflict in Tokyo Manji Gang led to civilian casualties, including Naoto Takebana and Hinata Takebana. That surprises Takemichi as that was his only girlfriend in middle school. Standing on the train station, Takemichi complains how bad his life turned. As the train comes, someone pushes him, and before he gets hit, he remembers Hinata. Suddenly, he awakens in the train and sees old school friends Makoto, Yamagishi, Akun, and Takuya calling him to leave the train. Checking his phone, he sees it's July 4th, 2005, which is exactly 12 years ago. On their way to fight the second years of Shibuya's third middle school, Takemichi starts to recall they indeed went and fought with the second years but gets scared as he hasn't fought in 10 years. They reach Shibuya, but everyone they talk with is either a first or third year and start to wonder if the second years are just avoiding them. Masataka comments he heard they are looking for their second years, but all the second years are on a school trip. Takemichi and the rest then get beaten up and informed they will be now soldiers in the Tokyo Manji Gang. Takemichi recalls that how their hellish days started and the reason he left the town after graduation. Takemichi recalls Hinata and goes to her place as he had even forgotten how she looks. Seeing him beaten, Hinata realizes he had fought again and tells him to stop fighting for stupid things. While leaving, Takemichi hears some guys harassing a younger kid and gets angry. He goes and punches one, then takes and breaks a bottle, telling them he is in a shitty mood and if they don't leave, he will kill them. The kid thanks him and Takemichi gives him an advice to be more confident and not back down. The boy says his name is Naoto Takebana, making Takemichi realize he is Hinata's younger brother. Knowing that he will also die in 12 years, Takemichi tells him to take care of his sister and that he loves her. Takemichi reveals that on the same day in 2017 he fell into the train tracks and ended up 12 years in the past. He reveals that on July 1st, 2017, Hinata and he will die, so he must remember that date and protect his sister. Takemichi then shakes Naoto's hand. Suddenly, he wakes up in the infirmary at the station and sees it's July 4th, 2017. He guesses this was just a dream, but then wonders how he survived the train incident without a scratch. The one who saved his life shows up and wishes to speak with Takemichi. The man reveals he is Naoto and Takemichi had changed his fate. With the information he told him in the past, Naoto was able to save him. Naoto reveals he studied really hard and became a police officer, however, he still wasn't able to protect Hinata, who still died. Naoto then asks Takemichi to help him save his sister. Takemichi agrees to help save Hinata. Naoto explains that his power is time travel and he is able to jump on the exact same day but 12 years ago. Takemichi spends 2 days without sleep in Naoto's room, where Naoto gives him all the information he had obtained about Tokyo Manji Gang and wants him to remember it. As Takemichi can't go back on any date he wants, Naoto tells him that when he gets back in time he needs to meet the Tokyo Manji Gang top 2 members, Manjiro aka Mikey and Kisaki. Naoto states that if those two never met, the current Tokyo Manji Gang would never exist and his sister wouldn't have to die. They shake hands and Takemichi time travels 12 years ago. Takemichi opens his eyes and sees he is in a fight. His opponent punches and knocks him out. Later, Takemichi wakes up and Masataka's gang is annoyed that he went down only after 1 punch. Masataka tells his men to teach Takemichi a lesson and they start beating him up. Takemichi recalls the Fight Club and that he was Masataka's slave, which was eventually the reason he ran away, leaving his friends and Hinata behind. Akun reveals that Takuya will be fighting today. Akun wants to take Takuya's place, but Masataka wouldn't listen. The fight is about to start, but Takemichi interrupts the fight. Knowing that he can't save Hinata by staying a slave, Takemichi challenges Masataka, who agrees to fight him. The first hit from Masataka makes Takemichi realize they have vast differences in power, but he refuses to give up. Seeing Takemichi being beaten, Akun approaches the ring and takes out a knife, intending to stab Masataka. Takemichi tells Masataka that if he wants to win, he'll have to kill him, as he isn't giving up. The vice commander of Tokyo Manji Gang appears and tells Masataka to calm down as he is scaring the crowd. Behind him, Manjiro tells him that he is out of Doriaki. While Takemichi's friends wonder who he is, everyone else bows down and greets Manjiro, the commander of Tokyo Manji Gang. Manjiro approaches Takemichi and asks for his name. He then informs Takemichi that starting today, he is his friend, which surprises Takemichi. Manjiro approaches Masataka and asks him if he is running the fights. As he confirms, Manjiro kicks him in the face and then proceeds to beat him up. Later, Yamagishi and Makoto are excited that Takemichi manages to make friends with Manjiro. However, Takemichi panics as he went from being slave to Masataka to being slave to a monster. The next morning, Takemichi heads towards school and meets Hinata, who asks him to go on a date before her cram school later today. During class, Takemichi wonders what to do next. He managed to meet Manjiro, but wonders on how to prevent Manjiro and Kisaki meeting. He hears some noise from the corridors and then sees Manjiro entering his classroom. Manjiro wants Takemichi to hang out with them, but Takemichi states he is busy. As they try to convince him, Hinata misunderstands that they are bullying Takemichi and goes and slaps Manjiro. She takes Takemichi's hand and tries to leave, but Ken stops them. Takemichi then places his hand on Ken and tells him to release Hinata as there are things he won't give up ever again. Manjiro tells Takemichi they could have been friends and asks him how he wants to die. Takemichi asks them to promise they won't lay a hand on Hinata. Manjiro states he doesn't care and reaches to punch Takemichi, but stops his hand and states he is joking and he would never hit a girl. While riding bikes, Takemichi recalls that Naoto had told him all the bad things the Tokyo Manji gang does in the future, and he wonders if Manjiro is really the head of such an evil gang. Takemichi asks Manjiro why he liked him, and Manjiro explains that he had a 10 years older brother who was reckless and picked fights with much stronger people, and Takemichi reminded him of his brother. Manjiro intends to make a new era for delinquents and wants Takemichi to come with him. While walking home, he passes a group of guys and feels he had seen one of them before. Hinata invites Takemichi to her place so that she helps him study. Takemichi is excited to be in Hinata's room as it's the first girl's room he is in. Suddenly, fireworks start and Hinata takes Takemichi to the roof to enjoy the view. He reaches to hold her hand, but then realizes he is holding Naoto's hand and returns to the present. In the present, Takemichi wakes up and starts crying. Naoto realizes his theory about handshaking is correct and guesses something must have changed since Takemichi returned. However, learning that Takemichi shaked his hand by mistake, he gets angry. Naoto reveals they learned something new about his time travel. Takemichi returns exactly 12 years in the past, and if he spends a week there, when he returns to the present, a week had passed as well, and during that time his body is in suspended animation. Takemichi reveals he met Manjiro and suggests they go and see him as he wants to learn from him why Tokyo Manji gang aka Taman has changed. While they go over documents to look for a way to find Manjiro, Naoto sees someone he doesn't recognize. Akun had become a member of Taman's upper echelon. Naoto finds it strange as in his timeline, Akun got arrested for stabbing Masataka, and after his release he was just a no-name punk. Takemichi finds Akum's old phone number and calls him. Akum ends up answering and Takemichi arranges a meeting with him at the bar Akum is running. As they meet Akum, Takemichi can't recognize him at first as he is missing his pompadour, who tells him he has been waiting all this time for him to show up. Akun wishes to speak with Takemichi in private and they head to the rooftop. Takemichi comments Akun must have a good life with all the money, but Akun comments there are things you can't buy. He knows that Naoto is a cop and that he is Hinata's little brother. Akun then reveals he was the one that pushed him into the train tracks. Takemichi refuses to believe that he would try to kill him, as he is his friend. Akun reveals that he is Kazaki's soldier and everyone in Taman obeys him as they haven't seen Manjiro in years. Akun reveals that Manjiro changed after Ken died and asks Takemichi to go back in the past and save him. Save everyone. After that, Akun jumps from the rooftop, causing Takemichi to start crying. On the other end of the rooftop, Kazaki is seen listening to their conversation. Takemichi tells Naoto to look into the day Ken died as it was Kazaki who turned Taman evil. Takemichi then decides to save everyone. Naoto reads the news reports on Ken's death. On August 3, 2005, he and other 50 people were in a biker gang fight and he ended up being stabbed and died. The reason for the fight was inner strife between Manjiro and Ken's faction. Takemichi finds that hard to believe as Ken understands Manjiro more than anyone else. Hearing that, Naoto guesses there is likely more to it. He states that Takemichi's current mission is to save Ken, which will result in Manjiro not changing and Akun and Hinata not dying. As they agree on the mission, Takemichi and Naoto shake hands.